In the last session, we discussed over power series solution of an ordinary differential equation about an ordinary point. Now, today's topic is power series solution of an ordinary differential equation about a regular singular point. Let us consider the equation P0x d2y dx2 plus P1x dy dx plus P2x y equal to 0. Now, there is a theorem. When x equal to a is a regular singular point of the given equation, its solution can be expressed as a series of that form y equal to x to the power m a0 plus a1 x minus a plus a2 x minus a whole square up to infinity. That can be written summation of n equal to 0 to infinity an x minus a whole to the power n plus m. For according to the property of power series, a0 not equal to 0. Here m be any number, positive, negative, integer or fraction. Now, the method of solution of that type of equation is known as Frobenius method. Here, let x equal to a be the regular singular point of equation 1 of that equation. Now, according to that theorem, we can assume the solution of that equation is this y equal to summation of an x minus a whole to the power n minus m, a not equal to 0. That series is the solution of the equation 1. Now, let us find out dy dx and d2y dx2. dy dx is summation of an m plus n x minus a whole to the power m plus n minus 1, differentiating this with respect to x. And d2y dx2 is summation of an m plus n minus 1 x minus a m plus n minus 2, differentiating this with respect to x. Now, let us put y dy dx and d2y dx2 in that equation. Then we will get an identity. Then, equating the lowest power of m from both sides of the identity, we get a quadratic equation in m. I am repeating this. Equating the lowest power of m from both sides of the identity, we get a quadratic equation in m. That equation is known as indicial equation. It is called indicial equation. Then, equating the coefficients of general power, that is x to the power m plus n or x to the power m plus n minus 1, whichever be the lowest, we get a relation between an and an minus 2 or an and an minus 1. I am repeating this. Equating the coefficient of general power, that is x to the power m plus n or x to the power m plus n minus 1, whichever be the lowest, we get a relation between an and an minus 2 or an and an minus 1. This relation is called recurrence relation. This is called recurrence relation. Now, there is a case. If the recurrence relation is in between an and an minus 1, then there is no problem. But if the relation in between an and n minus 1, an and n minus 2, then how we get the value of the coefficient a1. Okay. Now, if x to the power m is the lowest power to get indicial equation, if x to the power m is the lowest power to get indicial equation, then we should take the coefficient of x to the power m plus 1. Then that means the next one, and make it equal to 0. If x to the power m minus 1 is the lowest power of is the lowest power to get indicial equation, then we should take x to the power coefficient of x to the power m and make it equal to 0. Right? Again, I am telling again this. If x to the power m is the lowest power to get indicial equation, then we should take the coefficient of x to the power m plus 1 and make it equal to 0. And if x to the power m minus 1 is the lowest power to get indicial equation, then we should take the coefficient of x to the power m and make it equal to 0. Right? If the recurrence relation is in between n and n minus 1, this step is not necessary. Then we get all the coefficients in terms of A naught and the series having A naught as an arbitrary constant. But as the order of the given equation is 2, so there must be two arbitrary constants. So this is not the complete solution. The complete solution of the equation is depending on the nature of the roots of the initial equations. There are three cases. Case 1. If the roots m1 and m2, if the roots of the initial equations m1 and m2 are distinct and not differing by an integer, then the complete solution is this: y equal to c1 y, the value of the y at the point m equal to m1, plus c2 y, m equal to m2. This is case 1. If the roots m1 and m2 are equal, that is, suppose m1 equal to m2 equal to m, then y equal to c1 y at the point m, plus c2 del y del m at the point m. Now case 3. If m1 and m2 are distinct and differing by an integer, here let us assume m1 is less than m2, then there are two cases. If sum of the coefficient of y series becomes infinite when m equal to m1, then replacing a naught by b naught m minus m1 in y, and the complete solution is this: y equal to c1 y at the point m1 plus c2 del y del m at the point m2. Here the solution corresponding to m equal to m2 is constant multiple of the above solution. I am telling again, here the solution corresponding to m equal to m2 is a constant multiple of the above solution. Next case is, if sum of the coefficients of y series becomes indeterminate when m equal to m2, then the complete solution is given by putting m equal to m2 in y, which contains two arbitrary constants. In that case, the solution obtained by putting m equal to m1 is a constant multiple of the above solution. This is the method which is called Frobenius method. That method is applicable when x equal to a is the regular singular point. Now let us discuss with a problem. Here let us take that equation: 2x square dy d2y dx2 plus 2x square minus x dy dx plus y equal to 0. Here x equal to 0 is the regular singular point. Now according to the theorem, we can assume y equal to summation of a n x to the power m plus n as the solution. Okay, that series as the solution of that equation where a naught not equal to 0. Now let us find out dy dx, this is dy dx, and d2y dx2, this is d2y dx2. Let us put y, dy dx and d2y dx2 in that equation. Putting this, we will get this identity. 2x square a n m plus n minus 1 x to the power m plus n minus 2, that is 2x square d2y dx2 plus 2x square minus 6 a n dy dx is this, that is m plus n x to the power m plus n minus 1 plus summation of a n x to the power m plus n equal to 0. Now calculating this, simplifying this, we will get this one. Now here, to get initial equation, we have to take the coefficient of x to the power m. Here x to the power m is lowest, right? So put n equal to 0. Putting n equal to 0, it is x to the power m. Putting n equal to 0, that is x to the power m plus 1. Putting n equal to 0, that is x to the power m. Putting n equal to 0, that is x equal to m. x to the power m. Here the minimum value of n is 0 because the series is starting from n equal to 0. Now putting n equal to 0, we will get the lowest power of x is m. So we have to take the coefficient of x to the power m to get the initial equation, right? So put n equal to 0, that is 2a naught m minus 1 into a naught, 2a naught minus 2a naught, putting n equal to 0. If we put n equal to 0 here, so here the lowest power, the power of x will be m plus 1. This is not the lowest, so we will not take that coefficient. Here put n equal to 0 minus a naught m plus a naught x2. Okay. Now a naught is not equal to 0, so the equation is this. Solving this equation, will get the solution of m is this. Okay. Next, here the lowest general power of x is x to the power m plus a. Okay. Lowest general power of x is x to the power m plus n. Its coefficient is 2an m plus n minus 1. Here x to the power m plus n minus 1, to get the term x to the power m plus n, we should put n equal to n minus 1. We should put n equal to n minus 1. If we put n equal to n minus 1, then we will get the term x to the power m plus n. So that is 2an minus 1 m plus n minus 1. Here that is minus an m plus n. Here an. Calculating this, simplifying this, we will get an equal to this. This is the recurrence relation. Here the relation is in between an and an minus 1. Okay. Now let us put n equal to 1, 2, 3 up to infinity. Putting n equal to 1, we will get this a1 equal to minus 2a naught by 2m plus 1. Putting n equal to 1. Again putting n equal to 2, a2 equal to minus 2a1 by 2m plus 2 into 2, that is 4 minus 1, 3, that is 2m plus 3, a1. The value of a1 is this, so put a1 equal to that value, we will get 2 square a naught into this. In that way we will get a3. So this is a1, this is a2, and this is a3. So putting this value in that series, we'll get this one. Actually putting that value in that series, here we'll get this one. Now here the value of the roots of the initial equations are half and 1. This is different but differ not by an integer. The roots of the initial equations are distinct but not differing by an integer. So we should go for case 1. Here y at the point m equal to half. That is, put m equal to half here, a naught x to the power half. Put m equal to half here, that is 2 into half plus 1. That is m equal to half here, m equal to half here, m equal to half, m equal to half, m equal to half. Putting the value m equal to half, we will get that series. Right, calculating this, we will get this one. Again, another root of the initial equation is 1. So put m equal to 1, put m equal to 1 here, m equal to 1, m equal to 1. Putting m equal to 1, we will get that series. So according to case 1, the general solution is this. So this is our general solution. A naught C1 into this, A naught C2 into this. Here C1 and C2 are the constants, A naught and A naught are also the constants. So A naught C1 and A naught C2 all are arbitrary constants. Let us assume A naught C1 equal to capital A and A naught C2 equal to capital B. So this is the solution where A and B are the arbitrary constants. This is the method of solution with regular singular point.